afternoon. Here is the news afternoon. First, the highlights. Lagos State Task Force impounds 70 vehicles for traffic violations. Federal government pledges to maximize dam utilization to prevent flood nationwide. On quarantine, Chinese Navy warns young officers against implicating online presence. And in sports, Ministerial Committee indicts Athletics Federation of Nigeria for omitting favor of Philly from 2024 Olympics 100 meters event. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State Environmental and Special Offences Enforcement Unit Task Force has confiscated 70 vehicles for flagrant violations of the Lagos State Traffic Law as amended. Chairman of the Lagos State Task Force, Adetayo Akerele, said these vehicles were impounded in coordinated operations carried out at target locations where reckless traffic violations by commercial transporters caused avoidable traffic congestion and general public nuisance. Akerele, who warned motorists in the habit of traffic recklessness, maintained that the agency under his stewardship will not spare violators of environmental and traffic laws of the state. He added that the exercise and enforcement operation was carried out at Okuta Road Junction in Bariga, Oba Akran Road by Kudeshaw underneath the bridge, Ikeja and Ladikpo by 5 Star along Oshodi Apapa Expressway. And as part of efforts to ensure passenger safety and rescue, the Lagos State Ferry Service, Lag Ferry, has trained its staff on personal survival techniques, search and rescue, citizenship and leadership training programs. In his welcome address to participants, Managing Director of Lag Ferry, Abdul Baki Balogun, explained that the training programs are aimed at enhancing their readiness to challenges and ensure smooth waterways transportation. Balogun reiterated the commitment of the agency to foster a culture of safety and preparedness within the water transport sector, informing that the training is one of many initiatives aimed at improving operational safety standards. The two-day training session held at the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center, C School, Apapa, took participants through practical exercises and theoretical knowledge to equip them with essential skills for navigating emergency situations on the water. The Nigerian Medical Association NMA Kano State Branch has called for the immediate sack of the Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs, Amina Abdullahi. NMA, in a statement, gave the reason for the call to include the demonstration of lack of respect and compassion for frontline healthcare workers and disregarding ethical practices of the profession. The association referred to an incident at a pediatric unit of Murtala Muhammad Specialist Hospital involving a female doctor who was harassed and physically assaulted by a group of allegedly orchestrated by the commissioner. NMA gave an ultimatum of 48 hours for an immediate response from the Kano State Governor, Abba Yusuf, or it will halt all medical services indefinitely across the state. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has assured the public of its commitment to maximizing dam utilization for irrigation and flood prevention purposes across Nigeria. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation Joseph Usev gave the assurance during an evaluation visit to Shagari Dam in Sokoto State as part of a broader view of dams in the country. On the spot, Deputy Director of Dams and Reservoirs in the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, Oluwatosin Abiola, noted that many dams are aging and require maintenance and upgrades. Abiola explained that the visit to various dams nationwide aimed to assess their conditions and evaluate their safety for potential flood control and economic benefits. It will be recalled that President Bola Tinubu established an interministerial technical committee on dam evaluation following the recent flooding incident that affected parts of Maiduguri in Borno State. Today is World Tsunami Awareness Day. In December 2015, the United Nations General Assembly designated 5th of November as World Tsunami Awareness Day, calling on all countries international bodies, and civil societies to raise tsunami awareness and share innovative approaches to risk reduction. The day was the brainchild of Japan, which, due to its repeated bitter experience, has over the years built up major expertise in areas such as tsunami early warning, public action, and building back better after a disaster to reduce future impacts. Tsunamis are rare events but can be extremely deadly, and in the past 100 years, 58 of them have claimed more than 260,000 lives, or an average of 4,600 per disaster, surpassing any other natural hazard. This year's theme, Fighting Inequality for a Resilient Future, focuses on the effect of disaster and the importance of supporting vulnerable communities. And over to foreign news. In an unusual warning, China's Navy has warned young soldiers to avoid revealing their military identity online, as they could be easy targets for criminals. In a social media post, the Navy cautions them about online dating, scams, and virtual gambling that could expose them to security risk and undermine the military. The post also stressed that political and confidential nature of the military profession and personnel identity must not be exposed online. And now sports news. A ministerial committee established by the federal government has uncovered serious administrative failings within the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, including the inactions of officials that led to favor Ofili's non-registration for the women's 100 meters at the Paris 2024 Olympics. In a report, chairman of the committee, Mumini Alau, presented the findings and recommendations resulting from their investigations. The committee said conflicting evidence showed that the omission of Ofili's name is traceable to the AFN, the Nigeria Olympic Committee, NOC, the World Athletics, WA, and the International Olympic Committee, IOC. It also recommended that the Secretary General of the AFN, Rita Musindi, and the Technical Director, Samuel Unike, be sanctioned due to their roles in favor of Ofili's omission from the 100 meters event. The committee recommended that the AFN compensate Ofili with 8 million naira for the disappointment and depression she experienced due to her omission from the event. And that was our news at 12. But just before we go, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us in like all our various social media platforms. On X, Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration inaugurated 180-bed hostel, block of classrooms, others at Model College, Igbokuta? You can get more details. It's on the Lagos State Government website, and to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Environmental and Special Offences Enforcement Unit Task Force has confiscated 70 vehicles for flagrant violation of the Lagos State Traffic Law as amended. The federal government has assured the public of its commitment to maximizing dam utilization for irrigation and flood prevention purposes across Nigeria. We also told you that in an unusual warning, China's Navy has warned young soldiers to avoid revealing their military identity online, as they could be easy targets for criminals. And then in sports, a ministerial committee established by the federal government has uncovered serious administrative failings within the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, including the inactions of officials that led to favor Ofili's non-registration for the women's 100 meters at the Paris 2024 Olympics. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast. This was compiled by Mojid Ololade. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Beautiful and sunny afternoon to you. It's now time to usher in the duo of Micah Aroja and Temitope Peterside for lunchtime waka to have a wonderful time out with the duo.